Beau here, and welcome back to the video. Today I'm going to tell you 5 ways to travel for free, and I've done all these, but first I need to go drop off my laundry. Okay, let's get started with the 5 ways that you can travel for free. Number 1 is volunteer. Lots and lots of my friends volunteer at hostels. You can volunteer on farms. You can volunteer on ranches. There's tons and tons of places you can volunteer. You can even volunteer at a restaurant. And the only thing the difference is by volunteering, you don't get paid, but you get a place to sleep and sometimes food, sometimes free tours. You get lots and lots of perks of being a volunteer. Plus you're gonna meet a lot of incredible people. One other thing good about volunteering is sometimes people give you tips. So in hostels, you may be the cleaner, you may be the volunteer cleaner. However, people may give you tips in the rooms. If you're a waitress volunteering for a restaurant, they may give you tips. So technically, you aren't working, you're volunteering. So technically, it's kind of a gray area when you start talking about work visas and stuff like that. So that's number 1, volunteer. Number 2 is teach classes. And this takes virtually very little skill. Whatever you know, you can teach. So for example, I get asked quite a bit to do photography classes. Am I a professional photographer? Absolutely not. Am I a professional videographer? Of course. However, I have enough knowledge of the basics in photography to give a beginner course, and in exchange, people will cook me meals at the hostel. I never really take cash just because I like teaching. So we'll do meals at the hostel. They'll just basically give me food to teach them classes. And it's normally, I specialize in one-on-one, but people do this all sorts of ways. They teach yoga. There's all sorts of ways to teach a class and make some money on the road. I know people that travel hostel to hostel and they charge about $10 per class for yoga. So that is a great example. Pretty much, if you have a student and you know just beginner, you can teach it. I just sat down at Ooh La La Cafe, and my buddy Rudy always comes here. He absolutely loves it, and I said I had to try the salmon omelet, so let's give it a go. I'm gonna give you my honest opinion. Salmon omelet, there's a little bit of sauce here. Get another bite, oh wow. That's pretty good. In Guadalajara, I've seen there's multiple types of salmon. They have pickled salmon, they have normal salmon, you can see the salmon in there. And this is more the normal fresh salmon. Really, really good. Also came with a salad, not a salad guy. Comes with unlimited bread. A lot of the areas, this is more of a upscale breakfast area. This cost me about 100 pesos, which is 5 USD. My latte cost me 50 pesos, which is $2.50. So it's a little bit of expensive morning, but not too bad. The bread is also delicious. But overall, I would give the latte an 8. Salmon omelet, a 9, 9.5, extremely good. The bread also probably an 8, 9. But all in all, for what is that? 150 pesos for breakfast, about $7.50. Not bad whatsoever. Tons and tons of protein here. And earlier I spent 80 pesos on my laundry that'll be ready in 3 hours. Just got done eating at Ooh La La. It was delicious. If you're in the Guadalajara area, I highly suggest it. It cost me about 170 pesos for a latte and the salmon omelet. It came with a little salad, and that whole thing of bread too. Cost me about 170 pesos. That was with the tip. So hey, number 3 though, credit cards. Credit cards can be an incredible tool if you use them right, and I cannot stress that enough. Because if you do not use them right, you're the interest rate, if you do not pay it off every single month, can range anywhere from 10 to 30% depending on your credit score and depending on the credit card type. So if you cannot pay your balance off every single month, I highly suggest you steer clear of credit cards and skip to number 4, However, credit cards can be a great tool. I personally have two that I will suggest. The Amex card, I use that card all the time now. They currently have a sign-up bonus. If you spend $3,000 in 5 months, you get $800 to spend on travel or airline tickets, or you can even just take it off your bill. So I mean, that is an extremely good deal. I also use the American Airlines card, and that's why I normally fly with American Airlines, is because I have their card. And I remember wherever I signed up, it was like, I think you have to spend $2,000 for 35,000 points, which 35,000 points will get you a one-way ticket to Southeast Asia. And so I have these two cards, and I currently am looking at possibly signing up for another one. However, right now I spend about $600 a year on just to be able to have the privilege to have these cards. The Amex card also gets me into like the clubs and stuff at the airport for free food. But you got to remember that whenever you're looking at these cards, look at all the benefits, because normally, even though my Amex card costs me $500 a year to have, with all of the benefits that it has, easily covers the $500 per year and plus some. And I know with the American Airlines card, they give me $100 to spend on flights per year, so it's basically just like a wash to have the card. So hey, if you can use credit cards correctly, they are an extremely good tool to be able to travel for free. One thing I completely forgot to mention about credit cards is there's a website called the Points Guys, and you can go to this website, fill out like a questionnaire, and they will suggest whatever credit card you need, like if you want an annual fee, if you don't want an annual fee, where you want to actually cash in the points at, and they can actually pretty much do all the research for you. So what are you waiting on? Go to thepointsguys.com. I am no affiliate, but hey, I love their website. Wow, the birds here at my new apartment are insane. I was flying the drone, and all of a sudden one came and was kind of swooping down at it, and I was like, I can handle one bird. Next thing I know, there's like 7 or 8. Must have called his friends, and was like, boom, and it was like, I was stressing out. It was only in the air for maybe 5 minutes before they showed up, and just like, it was extremely stressful because I was worried that they were accidentally gonna hit it, because they were getting within inches and take down the drone. But hey, number 4 is teach English, and we're gonna go over two ways. You can teach in person or online. Teaching in person, I personally never done it. However, I have a lot of friends that do it. And it's mainly in Southeast Asia. You can fly to Thailand, you can fly to Vietnam, and they will pay for your flight and your accommodation as long as you fulfill the contract. The contracts are anywhere from 1 month, 6 months to a year, just depending on whatever contract you find, and depending on, I guess, your commitment level to this. But they will literally reimburse you for your flight, they'll reimburse you for your accommodation, and basically what you do is you teach young kids English. Like, you go to school and you're basically a teacher. And I have friends that do that, and they absolutely love it. And they will go do that for a couple months, and then they'll go tour all Southeast Asia with the money that they got. And your salary can go anywhere from $800 all the way up to a couple thousand, $3,000 or $4,000 per month, depending on your area, depending on the country you're in. But one thing to remember is normally the bigger the salary, the more expensive it's going to be to live in that specific country. The other way is to teach English online. And I have a friend, Catherine Davis. I will link her down below. She is the expert on it. She has tons of YouTube videos that can 100% get you set up to teach English online. And this is a little bit like less location committal, so you can actually go to hostels and teach English, like, just as long as you have a stable internet connection to Airbnbs. Like, you can literally travel all over the world and make a little bit of money teaching English and see the world and have an awesome time. But then again, like I said, Catherine Davis is the expert at this. I personally haven't taught English online for about 2 years now. I'm still under contract, but I just don't do it because I've been so focused on my media company and getting extremely good at videos. So if you want to learn anything about that, she has so many videos, so many resources available, and you can even send her a personal DM and she will answer your questions, and she'll be linked down below.
Dollars coming, let me see it. Multi-million-dollar bid on a mission, best believe it. Ask for it, you receive it. Dollars coming, let me see it. Multi-million-dollar bid on a mission, best believe it.
This brings me to number 5, and that is to learn a skill that you can add value to somebody's life. So my personal skill is videography. So I'm gonna give you a quick example. I actually just filmed this video 3 days ago. From that video, I got 7 days for free in an apartment and 7 days of 1 meal per day in the restaurant that I filmed that for. The restaurant's name is Taqueria GDL. It's in Guadalajara. I absolutely love it. Some of the best Korean food that I've had, like, period. I absolutely love the food. My personal favorite is the frito polo, but that's not what we're talking about right now, is gain a skill. So my personal skill is videography and photography, and everybody needs that. Every single person needs advertising, and there's so many other skills though that you can gain to do basically the exact same thing as I do. You can be a copywriter, you can design websites, you can even paint. People will like exchange stuff for you to paint for them, for just manual labor. So it doesn't have to be an extreme skill. Like me, videography is kind of an expensive skill to gain, but it doesn't have to be. So hey, that's all I have for you today, is get out there, get a skill, add to somebody's life, and it'll pay off. So hey, first, like and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching. 5 ways to travel the world for free. And until next time, Beau out.
I'm stopping, I'm dipping the corner in something imported. I'm copping the land at the sand where the shore is beautiful. Women do time in the mirror to show up the shows and see me perform this. Used to ignore me, I'm all the day here, but I used to be timid. I don't know what fear is, just talked to my dog and he told me he got me. I hopped up the line and went straight to go get it.